Hello everyone, welcome to Jikook Magic. Today, we're going to dive into something that we've only been able to glimpse through little moments behind the scenes. A striking shift in Jimin and Jungkook's behavior and closeness whenever they're outside of South Korea. Have you ever noticed how they seem more relaxed, more free, and even more intimate when they're in cities like Los Angeles, New York, or Las Vegas? In this video, we'll trace their moments together, break down the small but meaningful interactions caught on camera, and explore how the outside world gives them the space to love more freely, without harsh spotlight, without cultural constraints. So prepare your heart, because today's story isn't just about friendship. It might be about a love that chooses silence, but feels incredibly real. It's something very special, something fans have observed for quite some time. The change in how Jimin and Jungkook act when they're outside Korea. Especially when they travel to places like Los Angeles, New York, or Las Vegas, there's something different about the way they carry themselves. They seem more relaxed, calmer, and closer. In Korea, as idols, they live under immense pressure. Every move is watched by cameras, the media, fans, and even by people just waiting to criticize. Korean culture, known for its formality and strict etiquette, demands that artists maintain their image very carefully. How they dress, speak, and who they're seen with, all of it is carefully calculated. That includes their personal relationships, like how close they appear to one another. Showing affection in public, even toward close friends, is a very sensitive matter for idols in Korea. That's why they often have to hide things that, to most people, seem completely normal, hugging, holding hands, or just sitting together without worry. But when Jimin and Jungkook are abroad, everything changes. They seem so much freer. You can see it in the way they walk side by side, how they look at each other, and how they talk. There's a different energy between them. Outside Korea, they're no longer burdened by rules that restrict them or by the judgmental gaze of the public. In places like the US, they can laugh openly, enjoy each other's company, and express affection more naturally. And it's not just a feeling. Many moments have been captured by fans showing how close they are while traveling. Sometimes they're seen taking photos together, eating out, or attending events, just the two of them, without hiding. Even in overseas interviews or concerts, their glances and laughter seem to say everything, like no one else is even watching. Of course, this doesn't mean they don't love Korea. On the contrary, Korea is their home, where they were born, raised, and became the incredible artists they are today. But we can't ignore the fact that in their country, there are still many unspoken rules about how an idol should behave, rules that sometimes restrict them even beyond their professional lives. What's beautiful in all this is that when they get the chance, Jimin and Jungkook take it to show their most authentic selves. Their closeness isn't just friendship. Their bond is real, strong, and deeply special. We can see it in the way they understand each other without words, how they support and care for one another. Many fans believe there's something more than friendship between Jimin and Jungkook. And that belief is completely valid. Their relationship inspires affection, trust, and respect. When we see them together, we don't just see two members of a famous group. We see two people who love, understand, and choose each other, no matter what. In recent days, fans have been buzzing again. Rumors about Jimin and Jungkook traveling together abroad began circulating after a post on X, formerly Twitter. Someone claimed to have seen someone who looked exactly like Jimin in the US, and surprisingly, he wasn't alone. Beside him was another familiar figure, suspected to be Jungkook. At first, the person hesitated to share the story. But curiosity got the best of them, and they finally posted. Is Jimin in America right now? Yesterday I saw someone who looked exactly like him. He wasn't alone, and the person beside him also looked like Jungkook. Since then, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. There were two others behind them. The post quickly went viral. Seeing them abroad without any official announcement is unusual. But things got more intense when a second eyewitness shared a similar story, saying they seemed like they were on a date. They described how Jungkook had his hand on Jimin's waist while walking, a gesture of comfort and intimacy. They also had a camera with them. Naturally, this sparked lots of speculation. Were they filming something? A new project? Perhaps a continuation of their previous special content like Are You Sure?, where they were seen spending time together, cooking, joking, and vacationing naturally. What made fans even more excited was how consistent the stories were from different people. In different places at different times, they all said the same thing. Jimin and Jungkook were together, very close, calm, and enjoying each other's company. Even the way they walked, looked at each other, and spoke, it was more like a couple than just friends. For those who've followed their bond for years, this isn't surprising. Many of us have long seen that there's something deep between them. They're not just a perfect match on stage, they show affection through small actions, glances, smiles, and meaningful words. In the Are You Sure? Project, they spent several days together in the US, especially in Connecticut and New York. They looked incredibly relaxed, without staff, enjoying their time like any regular couple. Interestingly, the places they visited are known to be inclusive spaces that support diversity and the LGBTQ+ community. This doesn't seem like a coincidence. Places like these offer safety and freedom for anyone to be themselves. They were also spotted having dinner together at a restaurant called Antoya in New York, again, without security or crew. This gives the impression that their time together was something personal and meaningful. And recently, they were seen again walking together in the same city, calm, unhurried, and unaccompanied. This shows that they truly feel comfortable in these places where they can just be Jimin and Jungkook, without pressure or labels. When we look at all of this as a whole, it becomes clear. Their relationship isn't a coincidence. It's real, deep, and genuine. They're not just colleagues. They're two people who choose each other, protect each other, and understand each other, both behind the scenes and in public. Jungkook once said that freedom is important to him, and we can see that every time he's traveling with Jimin. The same goes for Jimin, who seems genuinely happy and at peace when he's by Jungkook's side. They may never make any official announcements, but their actions speak volumes. Seeing them together so naturally, without trying to hide anything, brings joy to fans. Because in the end, everyone deserves to love and be loved freely. And if Jimin and Jungkook are choosing to stay by each other's side, so sincerely, then what we're witnessing is true love. Love that doesn't need to be shouted, but is felt in every smile, every glance, and every moment they choose to share. What we see may just be fragments of their life. But in every look, in every step they take side by side, in every genuine laugh, we know there's something more than just groupmates. There's comfort, there's trust, there's love. And maybe they never intended to announce anything officially. But who says love needs an announcement to be believed? Because for us, who've followed this story for a long time, Jikook isn't just a theory. It's a long journey of two souls continuously choosing one another, even in a world full of boundaries. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep following the heartwarming and love-filled stories of Jikook, only on Jikook Magic. See you in the next video, and remember, true love doesn't always need words. Sometimes, it just needs to be felt.